you're a blue belt and under and you're looking to have a competitive edge in your BJJ tournaments, do this one thing. Learn how to wrestle. Just this past year at the 2021 No-Gi Worlds, the blue belt division across all weight brackets, from small guys to big dudes, got completely swept by wrestlers. I mean, these wrestlers were taking out the competition so badly, they were downright exposing people's games. All right, so let's get started. My name is Jay Fan, and I'm a former NCAA Division I football player, and I've been a blue belt for the past 3 years. And by the end of this video, I'm gonna convince you that wrestling is the way to go if you wanna be dominant in your early years of competitive jiu-jitsu. Let's rewind to about 2 years ago. My pressure was ass. And what I mean by this is, if I did transitions on top of you from mount to side control, you could breathe no problem. Everything changed when one day a 49-year-old former Olympic wrestler joined my jiu-jitsu academy. I remember his first day coming to class very vividly. We were all standing in line, just about to bow in, when my head professor, Brian Marvin, comes by, rips off his white belt and throws on a blue belt. And I'm over here thinking like, what the heck? Who is this guy? So I end up rolling with Conrad, and he whoops my ass. I'm talking about whipping my head back and forth, controlling my body left and right. I'm tripping all over the place. I had no chance. To give you a better picture, he's around 5'8", 5'9", less than 180 pounds. I'm 6'2", 220 pounds. I'm a former linebacker, and this guy is just completely ragdolling me like I'm a smaller dude. After our match, we end up talking, and he tells me that he's had several surgeries on his knees, which means he wasn't even operating at full capacity when he was rolling with me. He was just hand fighting. Imagine how much worse it would have been if he was shooting. At that moment, I knew I had to change my jiu-jitsu game. I started to learn wrestling. These are the benefits to wrestling as a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Number one, it can help you develop your base and your tenacity. So how do you know if you have a good base or not? Let me ask you this. Do your feet cross each other? Because if you are, you're creating imbalance, and it can allow your opponent to change directions on you, make you trip, and that's a takedown. Wrestling takes care of that. It teaches you how to develop a really strong base, and it makes you hard to take down because you know how to move your feet so that you're not leaning too hard on one direction without having a counter. And in regards to tenacity, wrestlers are like bulldogs. They keep coming at you. So usually what you see in jiu-jitsu is a person will attack you and then maybe follow up with one attack. But then after that, they're too tired. There's like a gap before they attack again. Wrestlers are able to attack and counter and counter and counter and just keep going for different attacks. So your tenacity will increase as a competitor. The more times you attack, the more chances you get of scoring. Number two, wrestling increases your sense of awareness and your cardio. So let's talk about awareness first. Once you start learning the basics of wrestling, you figure out how you can apply pressure on your opponent via different aspects of your body, how to keep your hands inside as opposed to out, how to get underhooks, how to use your body and your shoulders to lean into them with your head pressuring them. And get this, in tournaments, you're not just going against one person, you're going against 5, 6, 7 people, especially if you're lighter weight in like the 150, 160 range. You've got like 30 to 70 man brackets. It's insane. You wanna make sure that your cardio is as great as possible so that you can focus more on your technique than just surviving. And number three, which is kind of like a reiteration of number 1 and 2, your pressure and takedowns will massively improve. Remember, IBJJF scores 2 points for takedowns. So if you want to learn how to properly apply pressure, wrestle. I conclude my video with this. Wrestling is one of the best sports to cross-train with jiu-jitsu, and it's absolutely essential to learn the basics if you want to excel in the jiu-jitsu competitive world at the blue belt scene. And you don't have to be the best. You're not playing NCAA Division I wrestling. You are wrestling as a jiu-jitsu competitor. So give it a shot. It might be difficult at first, but it's worth it to get your jiu-jitsu better. Find a grappling program that implements wrestling in their curriculum. If you're in the Houston area and want to find out which gyms have a robust wrestling program, and there's a lot of them, hit me up and leave a comment below. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Be fantastic.